am Jami Jo from Jami Jo Sells Wax, which is a Scentsy business. I am a superstar director within the company of Scentsy, and although it sounds like kind of a made-up title, actually it isn't. I have achieved the top level of the company. I have been with Scentsy all the way back since 2008. I started just like any other consultant by buying that starter kit. And over the years, I have learned what works. I have learned what doesn't work just through trial and error. Been working this business for so long. I have encountered a lot of the hiccups and the problems that people encounter when growing a business, and I found a way to work past those to continue to grow over time. I love that Scentsy gives me a life of freedom. Before Scentsy, I was a public school teacher. I absolutely loved teaching, but I did not like that I was confined to the hours of traditional public school. I also found that I was a really good teacher, but kind of a crappy mom while I was a teacher. I gave 100% of myself to my kids at school, and my kids got what was left over. So I am super thankful that Scentsy afforded me the opportunity to step away from the classroom, to focus on my family, focus on growing a business, and giving me the life that I have now, where I get to travel anytime that I want, I get to shop anytime that I want, and just have that freedom to live the life that I always dreamed of. If that sounds enticing to you, stick around, because at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can do the exact same thing. Now, today we are going to be talking about the mailers that I send out to my customers at the start of a new catalog season. With Scentsy, we have two main catalog seasons, fall and winter, which we are just ending up, and walking into spring and summer. So it's time for a brand new catalog, and I want a chance to connect with my customers to let them know about all the new, fun, and exciting things that are coming out with Scentsy. Now, used to, we would do this through a lot of open houses or home parties, get-togethers, and things like that. But as you know, the world has changed in the past few years. We have found that people just are living their lives differently because of what happened in 2020, but it has just changed the path of our business and how we work our business. We had to find some ways to work around that. So for a while, we were sending out testers to customers. We were spending tons of time making samples, but it just wasn't cost effective. It wasn't cost effective because the mail postal rates were just too high to mail out those packages to all of our customers. And just the time it took to make all those samples did not make sense for our business. So a lot of us consultants started looking for different ways that we could work our business. And this is what I've honed in on. This is what I absolutely love at the first of every new catalog season. So let's talk about what I found that works best. What you're seeing right now is our brand new catalog. Now, mailing out the catalog would be awesome if it wasn't so cost inhibited. The reason that catalogs are so expensive to mail out is this reason right here. That catalog weighs 3.46 ounces. That means that this cannot be mailed as a regular envelope. It must be mailed as a large envelope, which puts it in a completely different category as far as pricing goes with the US Postal Service. So we need to find a mailable option that is under 2 ounces, yet still flexible in an envelope. That is going to make it the most affordable for a mailing. And I have, like I said, been doing this a really long time, and I have found something that works really well. So these are the items that you will find in my new catalog mailer. I use the showcase brochure. It still has all the gorgeous pictures of all those warmers. It still has the entire page of scent descriptions and the grid that tells what products come in what scents. So I am going to use a showcase brochure, but I never let anything leave my house without a label with my information. Now I use a Dymo label printer now to print my labels, but I didn't always have that. Before I got my Dymo, I just bought Avery labels. You can get them at Walmart, you can get them on Amazon or any office supply store, and just run those through your printer. So you always want to make sure that you have at least 2 options for your customers to get a hold of you. I always choose to use a text phone number and then my website. You can also choose to put an email on there if you would like. So I'm going to use the showcase brochure. It weighs so much less than that full catalog. But that's not all my customers are going to get. They are going to get a 2-sided newsletter, and we'll look at that in just a second. They are also going to get a sticker sheet with all of the new fragrances, and then they're going to get a golden ticket. So let's talk about each of these items. Of course, we've already looked at the showcase brochure, but we want it to fit in just a regular business envelope. So what we are going to need to do is tri-fold this brochure. I've been doing this so long that I can kind of eyeball it. Let's see how I get here. So I just give it a normal crease. Perfect. Excuse me, that shaky camera. But like I said, we have to make sure that this is really flexible in the envelope because that is something else that the Postal Service looks at. So I just make sure that it gets a nice good crease by using a ruler to press those edges down. So that is ready to go in my envelope now. Let's look at this newsletter. So there's really 4 different components to the newsletter that I'm using this time, and every time it's a little bit different. So the newsletter I'm using this time, the top half of the front page is all about new products. So a little bit of a scavenger hunt here, and I did love the design that Christina Stainbrook did, and she is sweet enough to share out her template. So I've used her template for the first part of my scavenger hunt, and then down for smell the stickers, an area where my customers can smell each of those scratch and sniff stickers and decide if they liked it, if they loved it, or if it wasn't for them. But then at the bottom part, I've edited the template that Christina shared. I always like to have a selfie on anything of mine that goes out, just to remind my customers that they are working with an actual real person and not just a computer. Also, there's a lot of Scentsy consultants out there, and I want to remind them who sent this to them. So the bottom part of my newsletter is talking about how they can get more Scentsy at a discount, but also how I can grow my business by having them reach out to their friends and family. So a little bit of information there about affiliate links and my text and click event. Now on the back, I've chosen to feature all the discontinued items. I will be mailing this out middle of February, so they will still have some time to get a hold of these discontinuing items before they're gone at the end of the month. But more than anything, what I want them to see is this part right here. I am really pushing for Scentsy Club with my customers. It's a great way to keep income coming in at all times, but also it's great for my customers because if their favorite scent is listed up here as a discontinuing scent, they can add it to their Scentsy Club and Scentsy will always make it for them. So that's my newsletter. I'm going to tri-fold that as well. Pop that in my envelope. Now this sticker sheet that I showed you, this is the perfect way that we can get fragrance under the nose of our customers at an affordable price. We are a fragrance company. People need to smell our fragrances, but making samples of every new fragrance and getting those in an envelope, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense time-wise, and it doesn't make sense mailability wise, because it just gets too heavy when you start doing that. Luckily, Scentsy has started making these rub and smell stickers in all of the new fragrances each season. So this is a great way that we can share those fragrances with our customers. Now, again, I used a template created by someone else, and that's one of the things I love about the Scentsy community. We are all so happy to share things that we've made with other consultants to make their life a little bit easier. Some of us just really love making graphics, and so we're happy to share those. I found this template on a Facebook page just for Scentsy consultants and sharing flyers. So I used the basic template, and then I just did an edit to it to add in my website and my QR code. But everything else was just as it was created and I found in that Facebook group. So I printed 3 to a page, put those stickers on there and cut it up. That's going to be popped right in my envelope. And then this is my favorite part, the golden ticket. Let's take a close look at this. Congratulations! With this ticket, you get a free mini warmer of your choice at the close of your event or affiliate link. That teeny tiny print, you might not be able to see it, tells my customers they have a deadline to use this, that it doesn't work on licensed mini warmers, that they must have a minimum of 200 in sales, and that it is only valid through me. So yes, I will be out of pocket for the price of this mini warmer, but I will use one of my extra half price items to get it at a discount, and I am requiring the person using the golden ticket to get me at least 200 in orders. So it is definitely worth my while to give out something like this to get more orders coming in. So that's going to go in my envelope as well. Now, typically I have the pill and stick envelopes, but I made a mistake this time and ordered the wrong ones. I am not about to lick and stick every single one of those. So I'm just gonna use one of the fun stickers that I have. I get these on Amazon all the time, either Happy Mail or opening this package will cause extreme happiness. I am just going to close that envelope, give it a little sticker. If I want to, I can even add a bit of washi tape just to give it another fun little look. Remember, we want to make this noticeable to our customers so they don't just think it's another piece of junk mail or trash that they're gonna throw away. So then I would put my address label on the front, put my return address label on there, and let's go back to that scale. Do you remember what our magic number was that we wanted to stay under? 2 ounces is that magic number that you want to stay under. 1.59. So we definitely stayed under that. There's one other thing that we need to look at before we figure the postage to put on this, and that is using our measuring tool. Now, the post office has these. I ordered this one off of Etsy, and if you're going to be doing a lot of customer mailers, this is just a great handy tool to have. We are going to be looking at the smaller opening for a regular envelope. This would be the opening for a larger envelope, which I talked about at the first, which is that increased postage. We just want to make sure that it fits through there without any bumps or lumps, and it absolutely does. So it fits that criteria, it fits our weight criteria. So I know that I can just use a 2 ounce stamp. This is what they look like right now, but they change them all the time. This one can just get a 2 ounce stamp, and it is good to go once I get it addressed and with my return address label on there. So we're all set, and a fun and affordable way to reach out to my customers without actually having an in-person event. If you have never sent out a mailer to your customers, I would highly, highly encourage you to give this a try. But I want you to keep one thing in mind. All of the time spent making these and all of the money invested in supplies and postage would all be a waste of money if I wasn't actually following up with my customers. I always set a reminder for myself to reach out to my customers. I use text to do that a week after I pop these in the mail. And I just want to make sure that they got them. And fun fact, this time I do have a typo in my newsletter. I found it as I was folding all of them, but I had already printed all of them and didn't want to print them again. So I have a fun little reason to follow up with my customers. I'm just going to send a fun little message that says, hey, I hope you got the fun new mailer in the mail. I have a fun challenge for you. If you can find my typo, I am going to send you a fun surprise. Now, I haven't decided yet what that will be, but it's just another way to encourage communication with my customers and encourage them to reach out to me. Now, if you are watching this and you are not a Scentsy consultant yet, I would love to help you start and grow a Scentsy business of your own. Right now is a fabulous time to get started with the company because it's bonus kit month. Now, what does that mean? That means that you would get the normal fall and winter kit because that's the season that we're still in. But Scentsy knows that we are transitioning right into a new catalog season. So they go ahead and give you all the fragrance testers and a package of catalogs for that new season as well. So you can immediately start getting sales for the fall and winter season, but you're already set up to get going in the spring and summer as well. Now, if that sounds like something that you are ready to do to jump on board, you can jump over to JamiJoSellsWax.com and click that join button, or feel free to shoot me a text. You can reach me at 918-888-9690. Now, that bonus kit is only through the end of the month of February, so make sure that you jump on quick and do that now. Again, JamiJoSellsWax.com. If you guys have questions about this or anything else that you've seen in any of my videos, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I would love to interact with you, to answer all your questions, and help you get started in your very own business. We live in a world where we're taught to look for a job and not an opportunity. Therefore, the government finds it very important that I show you this. Look, I'm not telling you this is a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to be rich today or even tomorrow. You probably won't ever be a billionaire, but if you take a chance on this opportunity, just like I did, and you're willing to put in the work and make the sacrifice, this opportunity quite possibly could change your life.